Chapter 17, The Driving Force Behind Our Actions. This opens with a really powerful idea. Faith shapes who we become. Our character, our actions, our very experiences are profoundly influenced by the nature of the faith we hold. And faith here, Kadam clarifies, isn't necessarily a religious concept, but our fundamental belief system. Every person lives with a mind aligned to some form of belief or faith. It's the result of influences absorbed from upbringing, culture, social interactions, maybe self-reflection. It shapes what we pursue, what we avoid, what we tolerate. Faith is not passive. It shapes our character and motion.
And there's a nuanced map drawn here between beliefs and behavior, and between intent and impact. Krishna actually classifies faith into three types, based again on the influence of those three primal energies, the gunas. So a leader who pursues growth with genuine concern for people, ethics, and impact operates from sattvic faith, clarity, balance. One obsessed with chasing targets, but may be blind to team health or burnout, could be driven by rajasic faith, passion, ambition. A passive manager who clings to rituals or blame, letting inefficiencies linger, might reflect tamasic faith, inertia, confusion.
And Krishna makes another critical distinction. Intent matters more than anything in the expression of faith. Charity done purely for applause, discipline just to impress others, or sacrifices made out of guilt. These are presented as hollow performances unless they're backed by sincere intent. Real impact comes from the intent. And when backed by conscious faith, it becomes truly transformative.
Yeah. At work, when people follow rules, goals, or even values mechanically, without any clarity of their underlying intent, it often creates disengagement. Leaders must pause and reflect. What is the intent and the faith behind their ambition, their choices, their practices? It's not just what you do, it's the intent you anchor it in that makes it real.
The book discusses true austerity must be selfless and moderate. Quoting, "Those who practice severe austerities without following the prescription of the scriptures, motivated by hypocrisy and egotism, are impelled by their desire and attachment."
Austerity in its true sense is conscious self-restraint. It's about sharpening the mind, cultivating courage, deepening purpose, nurturing inner strength. But when taken to extremes, fueled by pride, hypocrisy, or unnecessary hardship, it distorts rather than uplifts. Austerity without discernment becomes self-inflicted punishment.
You see this in life, work, and business, don't you? Austerity might show up as glorified overwork, rigid lifestyle routines, or performative sacrifices. These often lead to burnout, tunnel vision, and a lost sense of perspective. Leaders who enforce hardships and create these pressure cooker environments under the guise of mission often create cultures of fear and resistance.
Balanced austerity, the kind the Gita advocates, is the one that supports growth and ethical leadership without devolving into self-imposed hardship or the pursuit of applause. Such balance encourages learning, resilience, and sustainable success, guided always by moderation and discernment. Rigidity isn't strength, it's fragility in disguise.
The book also discusses faith without sincerity is an empty ritual, citing, "Whatever is offered, given, practiced, or endured without faith is called false. It holds no value in this life or the next."
This verse directly challenges the illusion of effort without genuine devotion. Krishna's warning is crystal clear. Even the most lavish charity, the grandest sacrifice, or the harshest penance is ultimately an empty gesture if performed without faith. Actions devoid of genuine belief, no matter how grand they appear, are ultimately unreal if the heart behind them is hollow. Ritual without heart is just noise loud perhaps to the crowd, but bankrupt before the divine, so to speak.
In work, relationships, and life, we often mistake motion for meaning, don't we? Burning ourselves out in rigid routines or clinging to tradition without questioning its relevance. In business, leaders who demand blind compliance without inspiring shared purpose create cultures of deep disengagement.
Faith should be the lifeblood of action, not blind belief, but a sincerity that aligns our outer actions with our inner truth. It's the difference between a student simply memorizing answers versus genuinely seeking understanding, or a leader just enforcing rules versus actively modeling core values. Deeds done without faith leave no imprint, they pass by but never truly transform.
Okay, this brings us to the entrepreneurial framework for Chapter 17. Faith, trust, and loyalty in business. A company's integrity, Kadam asserts, is defined by the quality of its faith. And it's this faith that fuels the trust and loyalty of its customers, partners, employees, and even its competitors.
Exactly. At the heart of every enduring enterprise lies this unshakable foundation of faith, not merely as passive belief, but as active commitment to transparency, fairness, and purpose.
And this principle radiates outward, doesn't it? Building trust and loyalty across the entire business ecosystem. Customers who become passionate advocates, employees who grow into dedicated stewards, partners who transform into genuine allies, and even competitors who respect the boundaries of principled competition.
Mission-driven organizations often have a very simple decision filter. Does this honor our deeper purpose while serving stakeholder needs? This acts as their compass, guiding them to build trust and loyalty through non-negotiable practices of fairness and transparency. The crowning element here is the intent that transforms routine operations into meaningful actions. Are you just selling products, or are you genuinely solving problems? Are you just managing employees, or are you actively building teams? Are you merely trading with suppliers, or are you building robust ecosystems? Faith isn't declared in vision statements, it's proven in how you act when no one's watching.
In business, faith is really about consistency. It is the invisible engine that powers trust, earns loyalty, and sustains reputation over the long term. A company's integrity is not declared in glossy brand books. It's reflected in every single decision, every delay handled, every follow-through executed.
When action flows from conscious intent, faith becomes visible, trust becomes inevitable, and loyalty becomes reciprocal.
Think about Costco. They didn't earn that incredible employee and customer devotion through slick marketing or branding campaigns. They earned it by consistently honoring fair pricing, shared value, and deep respect for their workers. That's faith in action.
So when the calling is to build trust, the book advises you ask yourself, does this truly serve our stakeholders? Is our process fair and transparent? Strengthen your conviction, act with unwavering integrity, and build lasting loyalty.
Right. And with trust and loyalty established, the final step is to achieve liberated leadership.